Yes, people, yes, people, yes, people. We're back. It's another episode. It's the Transfer Daily Show with myself, Gumsa, and my boy Gunner King. So, King, how you been? How's your week been?
Yeah, man, all good, man. Just busy, man. Yeah,
I hear
just
you. I hear you.
keeping my ears to the ground for any transfer news. Some good, some bad, some you just don't really know, to be honest. But it's what it is, man.
Are you surprised we haven't got one over the line yet, especially being the midfielder?
No,
Not surprised.
Arsenal, man. We
Yeah.
leave things last minute. Not only that, I just think we've had like a load of stuff that's had a knock-on effect on personnel, like the
Mm,
whole cancellation of games, COVID cases, all these other sidetracks and these distractions,
mm,
games being called off, like all the staff that are going to be involved in changing these things that would be, well, decision makers in transfers have probably been affected by that. So
mm.
I don't find it unusual, especially given the sort of business we're trying to do. We're trying to get like a serious striker. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
the it's not gonna be little trinket deals. I know like other teams have done deals, but
Mm,
no one's done like anything that really stands out,
that we're
I
trying
would
to do.
say.
Even I think the Arthur deal, at first it looked like an easy one to get done, but it seems like Juventus are really playing hardball for it. When you actually look how much Juventus kind of paid to get him, I know there was a player involved, but it worked out for like I think 50 million euros or something, or some big amount. So they're not going to want to just give up a player like that. And I think since we've been linked with him, Juve have now played him in 3 out of the last 4 games. So coming off the bench and stuff. So I think they're actively trying to maybe keep hold of him or get a transfer fee for him. But I think Arsenal sounds like they're sticking to it's a loan or nothing. Um, so yeah, I definitely feel that slowed it down. I think Arthur was pushing for the move by the sounds of things. Arsenal want the loan move, but I think it's Juventus now playing a bit of hardball. And I think again it's a case of they're going for a player they really want rather than just bringing in a real stopgap. So I think that's what's delayed the Arthur deal. And like you're saying, Flavic is going to be a long, drawn out process due to the nature of what we're trying to get done. It's mixed messages. What's your thoughts on Flavic? We're going to come to him first. Obviously, a lot of rumblings. It sounds like we can almost get the deal agreed in principle with the club. The sticking point now is whether the player is going to want to come to us in Jan or if he's going to um, hold off to the summer. So the next reports. I'm not sure where Gunnar King's gone, but we're going to ask him when he comes back. But yeah, so if you haven't already heard, a lot of mixed reports with Vlahovic. Some are saying he doesn't want to commit to a team yet. He wants to wait till the summer to keep his options open. Some places are saying he's, do you know what I mean, Arsenal bound. Some places are saying he doesn't want to come to Arsenal. Um, and obviously, we would have seen yesterday he scored for Fiorentina. How you doing, Gunnar? You're right. You're back again, yeah? Can you
Sorry
hear all
about
right?
that. Yeah. Someone called, but like when someone calls my phone, like I
Drops
couldn't
off.
really hear the volume at all. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, decent. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So with the Vlahovic thing, obviously, did you see the celebration yesterday after he scored?
Yeah, I saw it.
What do you read? And are you like some of us Arsenal fans who are saying that looks like a goodbye wave, or are you on the fence of actually it was the missed penalty?
I
He's saying sorry.
I think it could have been either things, man. I'd lean a bit more towards the missed penalty. I mean,
Mm,
it's like the manner he took the penalty and it was like a panicker attempt.
mm,
The went straight down the middle and the goalkeeper saved. It was like really embarrassing.
yeah.
It's not like he's not. It's not like he tried to rattle it in the top corner and it hit the crossbar or
Mm,
something. You know what I mean? He tried to take the mick of it,
mm,
tried to take
mm,
the piss with it. Like it was a bit casual. So I think like maybe he was, like apologizing, just being like,
mm.
look, yo, I need to be a bit more humble. Like in the way that
Yeah.
I approach these things. Yeah, or it might mean that he wants to leave. Look, at the end of the day, if you're Fiorentina and he leaves in the summer, with only 12 months on his contract.
Yeah.
He's leaving for nowhere near as much as he's leaving for now,
Hmm.
whilst he's got 18 months on contract. We've offered him what, 50 million plus Torreira,
Yeah. It's good
and
money.
the purchase option of Torreira was worth 13 million. So that's what, 65 million.
65. Yeah, say about 65. Yeah.
Good luck getting that in the summer, and they know
And,
that. So the
and I
thing
think,
is, they're going to be putting pressure on the player because they're going to
mm,
be saying, "Look, do you know what it is? Yeah,
if you
you don't
really
want to
love the
renew a
club,
contract. We've
mm,
offered you a contract. That to us is tantamount to you don't want to be here. And
yeah,
if you don't want to be here, then we want to get rid of you now.
yeah,
You know, like
let us get the best value we can for
yeah,
you. Like as much
and
as
and
yes,
the,
you're a great player and you will help us this season,
and the,
but if
the
we don't make top four and you still go for 25, 30 mil, we're now at a loss. So we'd actually rather cash in now. I think
but the
that
thing
definitely
is as
plays a big
well.
part.
The thing is as well. Like he's come through that club. He's come through it like on the come up. He come from Belgrade. Then he went Fiorentina. They put him on the map. So if they turn around and they say to the player, "Look, this is in the interest of the club because you
Mm,
don't want to stay,"
yeah,
like why are we going to pander to you? Yeah, wait for you to decide in the summer who you want to go to. Yeah,
yeah,
and then just lose out like because they'll get a fee for him,
yeah,
but
yeah.
with
But it
us
won't be nowhere near.
they're getting a fee and a player.
Yeah, and the fee will be
You know what I
higher
mean?
from us right now. I think if the talk is he wants Juventus, if everyone was to come in for him, it'd be Juve. And
They ain't
we
got
know
no money though.
Juve haven't got the money now. So even if they wait till the summer, Juve are probably throwing down 30 mil for him because what Juve be saying is we know he wants to come here. He can do another season with you guys, and we'll take him on a free. So I think they'd be hard pushed to get a lot of money from Juve. So for them, it definitely makes sense to try and get him out. And when have you really heard a team actively kind of not flirt with the idea, but most teams will be shutting it down. He's our player, blah blah blah. But they're actually the sounds from them is very much like, listen, we'll take this bid if it comes in, and we get Torreira on the other side. Because again, if they sell him to Juve for 30, say in the summer, half of that now goes on Torreira to get him signed on. So you're only left with 15 mil. Whereas this way, you're getting 50 mil and you're getting the player still. So for them, they're probably definitely pushing for
Well,
this
yeah,
deal.
yeah. This is what I'm saying. And the thing is, a lot of people are just talking down the chances of this happening, but
Mm,
they're not really putting that together. Look, like money
mm.
talks in this thing as well. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%.
we're talking like players of all kinds of things happen. They'll just be turn around to the player and be like, "Look, we'll give you a little chunk of the fee
Mm. Yeah, and
just
from
to
what it
get you
sounds
off
like,
the
it sounds
books now." Do you get what I'm saying?
it does
We'll,
sound like the
we'll,
agents have got a lot
these
to
are
play in this.
these are things that they do, man, all the time. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So I personally think they're going to turn around to him and they're going to make it clear that unless he signs his contract before the end of the window,
mm.
that they want him gone. So
Yeah,
that's why I think this will go to the wire
yeah.
because it'll be
I,
like, look,
I
look,
do,
if
I
you
do
don't
think
renew
as
the thing, we're accepting the thing, and we expect you to agree personal terms with the club, innit?
and again, he's going to do whatever he chooses to do. Like they can't force him out, but at the same time, I think their stance will be. I think they will be open to negotiations with Arsenal, and I think his agents have a lot to play. I do feel a lot. What you're going to hear is Juve are going to get linked, Atletico Madrid, Tottenham. You're going to hear a lot of these links because that's just going to drive up his actual wages now. So it sounds like we've got past the Fiorentina stumbling block, and I think it's now getting the best deal for him and his agents, and I think that's going to be the sticking point. But again, I think a lot of the other rumours of strikers have gone a bit quieter, so we're not hearing as much about Isaac. We're not hearing as much about um, who's the one Aston Villa, Watkins, Jonathan David. That's all kind not gone quiet, but it's not as prominent as the Flyovic. This is in your face every day, so I definitely feel it's something we're still working on. And if he didn't want to come Arsenal, I'm pretty sure him and his agents would have said by now, even if they said it to Arsenal, look, he's not coming to you. It doesn't matter what you offer. It doesn't matter how much you offer the club. He's not going to he's going to turn you down, and that hasn't come out as yet because we're still actively negotiating. So I feel it's something if Arsenal push, and it seems like they're pushing, they should be able to get over the line, hopefully, because he is a player. Like, did you watch much of the game yesterday?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, he just looks like the blend of what we need, isn't it? Like, and yeah, the finish was naughty as well. The finish was naughty. I'm not gonna lie.
Serious, man. And yeah, it shows some character as well.
Mm,
Like there was the nonchalance in the penalty, but then to actually kind of, sort of go the other end and score in the next half. I
Mm.
think that's what our dressing room needs.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
people that are accountable like that. Like I think the celebration in itself was another hallmark of his character. Just showing that
mm,
there is that there is that humble side as well.
mm, mm,
Like
mm.
there is a degree of humility there.
Yeah,
He held his hands up to the mistake. I quite like that, and
mm.
yeah, I think of all the strikers we've been linked to, he just
He
looks
fits the
right. Like I think the
yeah.
way sort of because he got a second, didn't he, as well?
No, I don't think he scored two in the end. I don't.
No, I'm thinking the other day when they won 4-0, man.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like that the goal he scored in that one. He's just the ball's been fizzed into his feet, and he's just knocked it a yard to the side and just got a left-footed shot away, scoring with both his
yeah,
feet, his head, linking up
yeah.
play to
And
sort
get
of other players.
even the finesse shots and the strong finishes as well. He seems to have
Yeah,
a range, a big range. But sorry, we're just going to get onto some comments quickly. So just DWTT, how you keeping? He's in the building. He said morning, it's kind of afternoon now where we are. To me and you, the Nigerian Englishman's son's in the building. Arsenal spent 150 in the summer. Anything in Jam will have to involve many outgoings. Can't manage a team with 250 million one calendar year without some validated improvement of the team.
the
Yeah,
thing
but I
is,
think this
people
is the
don't
big
people don't
rebuild.
realize that we've already got some money coming in from that. So
Yeah,
we sold Willett for 25. Torreira and Guendouzi have got 13 million each on their purchase option.
between them.
Um,
Yeah,
what's his name went to Mavropanos.
yeah, he
He
wasn't much. But I think the big thing was the amount of money we saved on wages going out the door. If you think
Yeah,
Ozil's
but
350 a week, that's a mil a month. Like, so straight away you're talking that's 12 mil over the year. Then if you add on Socrates, Mustafi, whoever else we cleared out, that's probably about you're talking about 3 mil a month in wages alone we saved, as well as what we sold. Um, so yeah, it's probably not as bad as it looks. I do agree with you there, Gunnar.
the
Um,
money's not really the issue. Yeah, like
no,
it's not. The money's not the blocker in all of this at all.
mm,
It's the player's wish,
yeah, definitely, definitely,
desire. Like we will match his personal terms.
yeah,
I think it
easily,
was
yeah,
like
yeah,
I think in all they said the transfer would cost 150 million over like 4 years or 5 years.
mm,
With everything, agent fee, initial outlay,
yeah.
contract,
It's not
and
too
that'll
bad.
be like assuming he makes the top end of like the bonuses every week, which he's not going to do either.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
um, yeah, be looking at like that maximum.
mm.
That's not the issue. The
Nah, nah,
money's
nah.
not the issue at all.
It's definitely I think his desire and what he wants to do. So Nigerian Englishman's son, he's seen my message. He'll send me the list of players. So guys, if you're not too sure what we're talking about here, we've got gunslingers this evening. It's going to be a good show. We've got Arsenal's best ever January signings. It's going to be a wicked show. So we've asked a massive panel of people to give us their top 10. We're going to collate the scores up and we're going to let you know what our thoughts are. So if anyone wants to get involved, message in here or message me on Twitter. We get your details and I'll send you the list of players that you can vote from. And the more the merrier, having a bit of fun with it. So yeah, Gunnar, I can't wait to see your list of 10. Same as you, Nigerian Englishman son. Need to see your list of 10 as well. It's going to be a good show. I've got Brezzi's in again. I'll tell you what, Brezzi, mate, he needs to sit down and watch some football years, boy. His is wild again. It's wilder than last time, I'll be honest with you. So yeah, I
To be
can't wait
honest,
to
I've
get into
never
that.
really been thrilled by that many of the January transfers that
Do
we've
you know,
done, man.
there's better on there than you think. Again, it's that balance of maybe when they came in January, some of them didn't hit the ground running because they were quite young. But over the collectives of their career, they ended up as good January signings as such. So I think we look at January signings different. We think, what have they done since they come into the end of the season? Where some
Mm.
of them have been here a long time. So over their career, they then had a good career. They might not have done anything in that first 6 months, but they've kicked on. So the list was better than I thought when we was putting it together. I'll be honest. So yeah, that's to come later, 8 p.m. tonight on the normal channel. So make sure, guys, you join in with that. And again, if you want to add any, do you know what I mean, your list to it, give me a message on either here or give me a message on my Instagram, my Twitter. I'll send you the list over, and then yeah, you can join in with the fun. DWTT saying until Dusan is flying to London, then and only then can we be assured it's happening, unless he fails a medical. That'll just be high luck, wouldn't it? Um, we should get Vlahovic and Jan Arthur Lowendeal with option to buy. Yeah, I agree. I think that ideally that would be what I'm looking for. Like, I'd be really happy with that. Can Arsenal get the job done top four with only a striker and no midfield support? No, I definitely feel we need a midfielder. Um, yeah, again, it's even when Xhaka's back and Partey's back, I still feel we need one more. Um, but I feel we can get it done. I've got high hopes for this team. I think I don't want to say it's out of Arsenal and Tottenham. West Ham are still on a good little run. Leicester are there. About United, can't write them off. But yeah, I think
Personally, I worry about right back as well, cover there, and I worry about cover on the wing as well.
yeah,
So look, Saka, I don't want redlining because in the last couple of seasons, towards the end of the season,
mm,
you can just see he's playing in the red, burning out. Pepe's not contributing.
yeah,
Odegaard, you want to keep in the centre, but he can play on the right as well. Obviously, Smith Rowe and Martinelli can play on the right as well, but those two I favour on the left.
mm,
So can we get cover slash competition for Saka? Um, and can we do the same for Tomiyasu in the
yeah.
event the same happens with him? I think obviously those might not be our immediate
They're not the
concerns.
priorities, are they? No.
I'd say the midfielder and the striker are.
Mm,
However, I think collectively those are the four gaps in our first team 11.
yeah,
And obviously, after that, you've got to flesh out the squad in terms of the depth and make sure that there's not a massive drop off in quality if people aren't fitted from the first 11.
mm,
But I think that's where we're at with this squad at the moment
yeah,
that we're putting together.
yeah. Definitely, I do agree. I do feel the right winger situation. We can again if we've got surplus requirements after we get the midfielder and striker in, and there's time to get something done, then but yeah, by all means, go and get the right back and right winger. But I do feel at the moment the most important is that central midfield. Even before the striker, I think the central midfield very very important. Then the striker. We are the Arsenal. That will be a spicy show this evening. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. And I think the last one we did. So if you haven't seen the African players who have represented Arsenal, the top 10, really good stream we did last week. But the top three kind of picked itself to a certain degree. It was a big gap between like 10 and 5 and then 5 and 3. Whereas this one already the votes we got in is very, very close. And there's some interesting takes. So it's going to be important to see what happens. DWTT is in agreement with you. He's saying order of preference, midfield, striker, right back, winger. He agrees with you. And I think we both agree on that. So just quickly, obviously, Arthur, we've touched on briefly. Obviously, still links of Arsenal. I think Juve would be pushing for a loan with an option to buy. Arsenal don't want the mandatory buy-in or option clause. So I definitely feel there's a bigger play in the summer coming. Maybe it's a Gamirez or Tillemans. So I think Arthur is just cover. Again, if he smashes it, then obviously you could go back in. But it seems like Arsenal don't want to put any mandatory clauses in there because I feel they have their eyes on someone different for the summer. Um, so we'll see what pans out with Arthur. Again, links with Wijnaldum's come back in. You spoke before. You said you would rather Wijnaldum, didn't you?
Then who?
Then Arthur.
Um, the appeal is that he's obviously Wijnaldum's friend proven,
Mm,
but I don't know. Mello he's a top baller, man.
yeah, he's
I was
quality.
watching more highlights of him yesterday, and
Mm,
he's unbelievably press resistant, man.
yeah, he's very good. Yeah,
And like,
very good.
very, very good at getting out of the press. He can pass the ball, he can intercept, and he can tackle really well as well.
Mm,
Got good anticipation in one-on-one duels.
mm,
And for someone quite short, and diminutive, he's quite strong. He's quite strong.
yeah, yeah.
He can take a bit of
I
a
think,
kicking, yeah.
and the small players, well, they have that low center of gravity and
Low
balance,
center of
which
gravity, yeah.
it's impossible to get them off the ball sometimes. So yeah, again,
I
for
like him.
me,
I like
I
him.
can,
I think maybe I'm rethinking it a bit, because Wijnaldum, I just feel I the guy, man, like just the way he left Liverpool, like just it
but
just
again, I don't want to think
it
long
just
term,
gives
like
me
because
concern to be
it's
honest.
only a loan, so It's 6 months. Come in, still what you got to do, and then you're off again. Like that's again, this is where we have to kind of differentiate a bit between a loan and a transfer signing. Like it's literally you're doing a job for us for a few months. Again, when Partey's back, he might not even be first choice. Do you know what I mean? He might just be right. You're just there to help. Um, However, for me, you almost got to do both. I think if you can get both on loan, because again, I think they are different midfielders. I think Wijnaldum's definitely more box to box, more adventurous going forward. Gets around the pitch very well. Arthur's very much about dominating and dictating the tempo. So I feel we have lacked that midfield change when we're not maybe breaking teams down. Someone who's going to make a third man run or stretch the pitch. I feel we could do with someone like that. So yeah, again, I think we just need somebody in there to help cover, don't we? Really and honestly, um, outgoings. Pablo Mari sounds like he's on his way out loan to Udinese. Thoughts on him, his time so far? Do you feel he comes back in next year, or do you think that's now trying to get him out? Is that his time at Arsenal done? Do you reckon?
I think that's his time done. To be
Mm,
honest, his career started okay. I
mm,
thought when he came, but I think there's a distinct lack of pace
mm,
that I think gets exposed,
yeah,
especially in the Prem, where that seems to be the prerequisite of anyone looking to buy a striker to their front line. So I don't really think. I think as time went on, he's become less and less suited to the way that we play.
mm,
And obviously, with Arteta's system, just don't think he's very good on the ball, very
yeah,
comfortable on the ball. Um, he needs time and space to be able to. He hasn't got a bad range of passing, but it's like when it's under pressure,
yeah.
I just think that lets him down a bit.
Mm.
Um,
Do you
but yeah,
feel?
we can do better. I just think
Yeah.
yeah, you know.
Do you like when you look at it? Do you like the ruthlessness we're showing? So it's Mari is Arteta and Edu signing. So there's obviously been a lot made of the Emery era and how Arteta's kind of just got rid of a lot of that. Um, Whether we liked it or not, whether he agreed or not, he's kind of said they're not good enough. They don't play the way he wants to play. Like they're out the door. And I think there's only one or two left, like Pepe and maybe someone else. Top of my head, I can't remember. Obviously Saliba's out on loan, but yeah, there's not many left of that era of Unai Emery signings. This one is probably his. Well, Willian we binned obviously for obvious reasons, but Mari again didn't have a bad career, but it's ruthless. Like to say, I brought you in a year and a half later. I'm now just saying you can go. Like, do you like the ruthlessness, but not sentiment? Because again, if it's your signing, you might want to feel, "Oh, I don't want people to judge me and think I got one wrong. Like, I'll give him more time. I brought him in, but this is quite a ruthless move to this after a year and a half, and he hasn't been bad. Like, just to say, yeah, you're surplus. Like, off you go. Like, do you like that? How we're operating at the moment? Like, we're not holding on to these guys for years, paying wages, and then they walk out on a free, or we can't move them on. Like, we're actively just, yeah, gone. Like, you're not really needed.
Yeah, I think it's been super necessary. I
Mm,
think there's been too much sentiment attached to certain players, and I think there's also been severe mismanagement in the way that we tie down players with their contracts and
mm,
when we sell them and for what purpose and to who.
mm.
So I think that as part of that, that this is a step in the right direction, really.
Definitely, definitely, definitely. Decent. All right. On that note, there we're going to wrap up. I don't think we've missed anyone. Again, let's see what happens in the next 24, 48 hours. Um, Talk is we may be trying to get the Liverpool game moved again. Um, so we'll see what comes of that. But obviously, Gunslingers tonight, guys, is going to be a great show, 8 p.m. Tomorrow, you'll have another transfer show. Myself and Gunner King, I believe you're on again with me tomorrow. Might be a bit earlier. Um, and also, you're going to have the preview show if the Liverpool game is going ahead. Um, and also, a new show on Fridays, the AFCON, how Arsenal players are faring. That's going to be Friday lunchtime. So there's lots of content coming your way. There's obviously going to be a Burnley preview. There's so much coming. So keep tuned, keep liking, keep subscribing, keep commenting, and hopefully we see you tonight for the Gunslinger show. Gunner King, any last words?
No,